Hello. Before the video starts, I urge you to go and check my description and my pinned comment where I left some links for you to get informed about the Black Lives Matter movement, the situation in Poland, the situation in Hong Kong, the situation in Palestine, and the situation in the Philippines. Also, over on Daisy, I launched a project for a series I want to develop for the YouTube channel, so if you wanted to get involved or just look at it, the link is also going to be in the description. Ciao a tutti, my name is Lucilla, and today we're going to be talking about Supernatural. Or more specifically, why am I still watching it? So in case you don't know what Supernatural is, it's an American TV show. It used to air on the WB, but then the channel doesn't exist anymore, so it moved onto the CW. So it revolves around two brothers, Sam and Dean Winchester, who are the kids of John Winchester. John Winchester is one of the most renowned ghost hunter, monster killer in the US. He has gone missing, so they decide to team up and go look for him. While they're going after their dad, they also end up finding their own monster and ghost cases. Right away, we encounter very famous urban legends like the Woman in White and Bloody Mary. So they hunt ghosts, kill monsters, and all that fun jazz. But soon enough, we have demons involved. And later on, we also get angels and Lucifer and God. So if you're not into that, the first season evolves in a very episode-like rhythm. So basically every single episode lives on its own and it has its own like ghoul monster kind of thing. In season 2 we have a mixture of episodes that stand alone and episodes that are very much about the overarching plot. And season 3 is where the overarching plot really starts happening a lot. We start to focus on everything else besides the monsters, but we still have a lot of episodes regarding that. From season 4 onwards, we get a lot more involvement of other players, which are not necessarily the classic monsters and ghouls and ghosts, but we get a lot more of angels, demons, the idea of God, the idea of hell, the idea of heaven. It's been on for 15 seasons. Right now, season 15 should have ended already, but unfortunately they hadn't shot the last few episodes and their set has been shut down because of the current crisis. I remember when I first started watching the show, it was probably 2012 or 2013, so it was either 11 or 12. Not great. I was very excited to start watching it and I got immediately captured by the whole atmosphere that was extremely dark and edgy, and I felt, oh my god, yeah, look at me, I am 11 or 12, I don't remember, watching this show that is super scary, horror-ish, and it's very late at night and I shouldn't be watching this. Oh my god, it's 6 in the morning, why am I still watching it? Yeah, I used to. That's definitely not the first show that I marathoned for, but it's the first show that really captured me after The Vampire Diaries. That was my first TV show ever. But Supernatural was always around me. I clearly remember when I was like probably 5 or 6, maybe 7, sitting down at the dinner table and it being on TV and being quite anxious, quite enticed at the same time though. And I remember when I was approaching 10 and my dad was like watching every single episode on TV, and I was like, okay, this is cool, very scary but kind of cool. A few years later, it was my turn. I started from season 1 and I got all the way to the season that was coming out in the US, which was season 10, and I got tired of it and I stopped watching. And I remember while watching the season prior to that, I was like, oh, I cannot wait till I get to the season that is coming out so I can watch it every single week. Then when it actually happened, when I got to the episode that was coming out, I was like, man, I'm done with this show. Now that I think about it, I hate myself so much. The script is almost predictable in the pace and rhythm of the season, so what happens at what point of the season, but who the main antagonist is, it's always quite unpredictable and quite original. I find that very interesting because even though you know the pace that the show is gonna take, you never know who the main antagonist is gonna be the next season, which, yes, thank you. It's very important to know that Supernatural always has very unpredictable episodes at any point during the season that are way more comedic than the rest of the season and allow the spectator to have one episode in which they can actually enjoy the character rather than see them struggle and be in complete pain. You know, it's cool to see characters that you think you know so well in a completely different context from the one that you're used to seeing them in. The acting is not this TV show's strong suit, but then again, it's a CW show. What were we expecting? Nothing. I mean, they're average actors, they convey what they have to convey, but it's nothing extraordinary. But you just get over it because you get so attached to all the characters, and the fact that they're quite predictable in what they're gonna do makes the attachment easier and faster because it almost feels like you know them because you know how they're gonna react to a certain situation. But there's one actor that literally only does one face for so many emotions, and it's... Yes, I'm talking about you, Jared Padalecki. So why am I watching it again? My friend and I were talking very late at night, probably 2 or 3 in the morning, and we were talking about things we should probably watch this quarantine because it was like April or even late May. She brought up Supernatural and I was like, wow, I haven't watched that in years. So we got close because we both watched the show. So I started from season 10 and in like 2 weeks I was in season 13. When I got to season 14, the being a motivated thing kind of came back. When Dean changes too much, I don't like the show, which I think kind of goes back to the whole predictability and enjoying the predictability of the show. Getting through season 14 was a bit of a struggle. Once I started season 15, I didn't want to watch it as fast as the others. Got myself through that season very slowly. It's starting to hurt, you know, because it's gonna be the last season ever. The fact that it's the last season ever was one of the reasons why I wanted to start the show again this year. But then I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna make it on time to watch the finale when it comes out. Oh well, I'm very excited that I joined in now and that I can enjoy the last 5 episodes with the rest of the world. And I remember I sent this voice message to my friend in which I was crying because she always made fun of me. She was always like, oh, you're going too fast. You don't do anything else during your day, which facts. And I was like, please don't make fun of me. Don't tell me I'm going too fast. Because now it really hit me. I'm almost done with the show. During that voice message, I had the realization that that was one of my first ever TV shows that I followed and that I watched almost religiously, and I did marathons at night for it, and it's ending. And I'm an adult now, and I started watching when I was like not even a teenager. So it's almost my teenage years are actually ending and I don't want it to end. For my evaluations, I'm gonna give the show, the overall show, 4.5 stars just based on how much I love it. If it was just objective, it would have been probably like a 2.5, 3 maybe. And on the other side, did I cry? Oh yes, I cried so much. So many different occasions. I think this was probably one of the first TV shows that made me cry. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please press the like button. Consider subscribing, turning off the notifications, send this video to that one friend you want to convince that Supernatural is still worth watching, even if they have to watch 15 seasons to catch up with you. And in the comments down below, let me know if you've ever watched Supernatural. If you like it, at what point did you give up on the show? Are you considering watching it again now that it's ending? And on a scale from 1 to 10, how much have you cried thinking that Supernatural is gonna end? and what that means on the grand scheme of things for your life. Anyways, see ya!